Hi, everyone. Welcome back to this Lou Reed weekend. My first time listening to his music. And yesterday was my first song I ever heard by him. Today is another one called Perfect Day. Well, it's starting out to be a pretty good day. Maybe it would be a perfect day.
Just a perfect day. Drink sangria in the park. And then later, when it gets dark, we go home. Just a perfect day.
So a couple things I noticed right away. Stylistically, this piece also enjoys a deep, warm bass. It's not quite so prominent as the song yesterday, but still I feel its presence noticeably. This one, nice piano. I just heard the strings start to come in, which we also heard in the later part of yesterday's song. But I'm noticing his voice. Yesterday's song was not particularly sung. It was more speech style. Today, this song, he is singing it, but he still has this very, at least here at the beginning, this very normal, natural. It's a bit soft, not really focused, rather gentle. Of course, I expect that he is shaping it for the mood of the piece itself. But what I notice is that even here, when he's singing, at least so far, he's singing it in a sort of speaking style singing. I feel like I'm listening to someone talking and not to somebody singing me a song. I'm curious to see how it progresses and if he ever launches into more of a singing style. But just noticing these details as I get to know his music.
Just a perfect day. Feed animals in the zoo. Then later, a movie too, and then home.
And then home.
Oh, it's such a
it does
perfect
come.
day. I'm glad I spent it with you.
I like this big.
Oh, such a perfect day. You just keep me hanging on.
Nice.
You just keep me hanging on.
Ooh, the strings are deep there as well. Speaking of deep, we go even lower. Listen to that bass walk down with the help of the drums.
Just a perfect day.
Here comes the cello.
Problems all left alone. Weekenders on our own. It's such fun. Just a perfect day. You made me forget myself. I thought I was someone else, someone good. Oh, it's such a perfect day. I'm glad I spent it with you. Oh, such a perfect day. You just keep me hanging on. You just keep me hanging on.
Okay, so back to this voice. So yes, he does sing and he can sing. How does his voice strike me? Because this is my first time, this weekend is my first time hearing his music and his voice. And it's a nice voice. When he does sing, in this chorus at least, it sounds nice, it sounds fine. But I guess I feel like he is stronger, at least in these two songs. His strength is in that less melodic style. That's where I feel like he does such a good job of expressing and setting a mood and pacing the piece. Just a perfect day, problems all left alone. The tone of his voice, the way he delivers that text, it makes me feel so relaxed, like all stress is just gone, vanished with the rays of the sun. Sure, of course, the lyrics are expressing the same idea, and the music too is in harmony with this message, with this image that's being portrayed. But his voice is the perfect embodiment of how do we speak, how do we feel when perhaps we've not been at our best. Perhaps we live a life that's really stressful. We have problems. It gets tense. And then just someone comes along and we spend a day with them doing completely inconsequential, unimportant things. What? Drinking sangria in the park. And later when it gets dark, we go home. Feed animals in the zoo, then later a movie too. Okay, we spend some time in the park, relaxing, doing something that's not at all work-related. Feed animals in the zoo. Feeding animals in the zoo, I mean, just think about what you have to do to mentally, what that does to disengage you, to unload you from your life's troubles. Go to the zoo and feed animals. And then later, a movie. We've completely disconnected from the stresses of life. It's such a perfect day. I'm glad I spent it with you. Such a perfect day. You just keep me hanging on. So this is almost like an expression of, there are days when I feel like I just can't hold on any longer. And then you come along. And my time spent with you doing these unimportant, inconsequential things, it lets me breathe. I start to feel life flowing back into myself. I feel like, and there's a sort of tiredness here in the voice. Like, I'm so exhausted. I can't just blossom and come alive with one day of this, but it's enough that you keep me hanging on. That's what I hear in his voice. This sort of complete release and letting go of all that consumes him all the time. And he hasn't been in that state long enough or often enough to really come vibrantly alive in it. He's too exhausted. He's too maxed out. But still, it's this feeling of, wow, this was such a good day. I needed this. And that's what I hear in his voice here. Just like yesterday, the way he narrated his way through that song, it painted pictures. It expressed moods and emotions and colored things along the way, just by the way he was speaking. And it's not anything that he does very dramatically or with a lot of theatrics. It feels so ordinary, so natural. And that's why I say, all right, yes, nice to know he can sing a melody and he can sing out. But having heard that, I appreciate even more the gift he brings to the less melodic, more spoken type tunes and verses, the way he delivers them.
Just a perfect day.
Just a perfect day.
You made me forget myself. I thought I was
and this line.
someone else, someone good.
This line. I don't know how many of you can relate to this, but I feel like we all go through seasons in our life where we forget who we are. Just a perfect day. You made me forget myself. I thought I was someone good. I thought I was someone else. Someone good. What a line. It hits you deep, and it makes me stop and say, how many of us have to forget ourselves to feel that we are someone good? And how much of that is our own misperceptions and the fact that life has just consumed us, so that we become identified with all the problems and troubles, and we become part of that, rather than this, having let it all go. I thought I was someone else. Was I really someone else? I thought I was someone good. Well, perhaps you are someone good. Perhaps you've just forgotten who you really are.
Me forget myself. I thought I was someone else, someone good.
Someone good.
Oh, it's such a perfect day. I'm glad I spent it with you.
And you can feel the warmth of the sunshine, the freedom of the birds in the streams, the strength that comes from having let it all go. A little bit dance-like. Oh! The world changes when we have a day like that.
Just what you sow. You're going to reap just what you sow. You're going to reap just what you sow.
You know, this is exactly what I was getting at when I said we let ourselves be so consumed by the troubles of life. We become that. I'm not sure that's what was meant here. You're going to reap just what you sow. But it's true. You immerse yourselves in that world and you forget to step away from it. And that becomes who you are. So that when you let it go, you feel like someone you don't even know anymore. You feel like someone good. Really? Well, again, you have to live in that world of goodness, at least from time to time. Be fed by that world of goodness, if you want to be that someone good. The other thing that it says to me, though, is that this is speaking to the person who pulled me out of that I was living in. This is speaking to the person who keeps me hanging on. This is speaking to the person who took me out to the park, who took me to feed animals at the zoo, who saw me and saw that I was losing myself, who saw me and said, you know what? Just drop everything you're doing. Come with me. Let's go spend the day together. Go to a movie. All of this. Now, is this a song that is speaking of spending a day with a lover? Perhaps. But it's not overtly so. It could simply be a friend. It could be a coworker who just saw that I was losing it. It could be a neighbor. It could be a family member. It could be anyone. And that's what I find myself falling in love with about this song, is the message of it. And the way it is set, the way it is expressed, is so, as I said, unpretentious and non-theatrical. Even when we get into this grand chorus, which, yes, it's a bit more than just the ordinary speaking voice, but it expresses the surging up of life and the feeling of, oh yes, this is still out there. And I can still not only take hold of this, but if I spend time with this, I can become part of this again. And so, you're going to reap just what you sow. Dum, bum, bum, bum. And you hear this little bit of buoyancy. Dum, bum. Because in this case, what you sowed was new life for me. Dum, bum, 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 bum. Something to keep me holding on through the next week. Dum, bum, bum, bum. Until the next day we get to spend together. Dum, bum, 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 bum. I feel like I've been sermonizing a little bit, and what I want to say about the song is that I love the fact that it doesn't feel like it is sermonizing. Even this last line, you're going to reap just what you sow, to me feels more like a way of saying thank you to the person who took the time for me. A way of saying, I appreciate what you did for me, and it will come back to you, because that's the way it works. When you sow kindness and care, it will come back to you. And so I guess I'll stop with my sermonizing. I will simply say, I enjoyed this song. I enjoyed it not because it was some grand musical design. It was very basic, but perfectly suited to this expression. And I think that Lou Reed did a beautiful job setting the tone with his voice throughout. And it's one that, as much as yesterday's song was, okay, it was fun, it was interesting, but this one has me thinking, you know, I like what he's saying, and I'm curious to see what else he has to say. So I'm sure I'll return to him in the future. I'll see you soon.